First time.
The vet's residence. Pulling
sir.
up, pulling up.
Yes sir, yes sir.
It's getting personal tonight. Welcome to the show, guys. Duidelik conversations. We out here. DDSA Headquarters today.
Yes,
we
sir.
have Mr. David Daily Driven on the show today. Please introduce yourself to the people, my G.
What's up, guys? I almost said welcome to the channel because I'm so used to that. Yeah, my name is David. I am a automotive content creator.
Exactly.
And yeah, I have a YouTube channel called Daily Driven SA. And a lot of people call me Mr. DDSA. I don't know why. Mr. DDSA.
So that has turned into some kind of a nickname.
Yeah. I thought Mr. Daily perhaps, but they like Mr. DDSA. Yeah, they like this.
That's the thing, when it comes to nicknames, we don't really have a say, no?
Yeah, nah, they choose for
They choose for us, man.
They choose for me. And yeah, my subscribers, whatever they choose, I'm good with that.
Oh, well, that's the way it goes. That's the way it goes, Mr. DDSA.
Now, before we start, I have to thank you guys for having me on the channel. It's a pleasure being on here, bro. It's an honor for me to be on here. And I told JR before, there's some interviews lined up for me, but I always said if I'm gonna have to do an interview, my first one is gonna be in my hometown with my hometown residents.
Yes,
and,
sir.
Yeah, here we are. So
blessed
yes,
that, my G. It's an honor to have you here, I must say.
Nah, thank you, man.
I've been having this interview in mind for a while now.
Yes.
And I just wanted to get things in place. I wanted to prepare myself before I approach you. And you won't believe it, guys, when I approached him, there was no hesitation whatsoever. There was no second thoughts. It was straight away, let's do it. Yes. When and where? That was the questions that came in.
Yeah, that's how we do it, bro.
Exactly, Brian. I appreciate that, man. I really do.
It's a pleasure, man.
Because I actually spoke to you earlier about creatives and people on the come up that's not giving back to the other people around them, you know. Yeah. And I think that's the most important part when it comes to what we do. Creating videos, man. It's about connecting, it's about socializing, it's about linking up. Exactly. What would you say is your opinion when it comes to that? Like,
look, something that I've learned throughout my journey. Like, I've been doing YouTube for about 2-3 years now. I opened the channel in 2019, but I didn't really thought I'm gonna have a YouTube channel. I just opened the account and I just watched YouTube and I subscribed to a few channels, and that's why I found my inspiration for the channel. I had a few other names though, but yeah, that didn't work out.
If I might ask, what was the other options that you had?
Yeah, the first one was Talk Driven, and no one knows about this. You're the only person, or you guys are the only guys that knows about this. Talk Driven was one of the first names that came in mind, but however I did some research, and for everyone out there wanting to start a YouTube channel, your name needs to be specific to something and people needs to find you very easy. So Talk Driven, there were so many talks and there were so many drivens, and the two didn't really work out. But I finally came to a name which represents me, Daily Driven SA, SA being South Africa. I know the SA is really, if you have to take it a bit deeper now, we are SA, Republic of South Africa, SA is Saudi Arabia, but you know,
but we don't have to get that deep.
Yeah, we don't really have to dive into that.
Exactly.
Yeah, so there was a few names. Talk Driven was one of them. The first one though was the Royal Society. That we're gonna go into a bit deeper when everything started. So that was my first name, the Royal Society. That was a crew that I established way back.
When you mention that name now, it's like a light bulb went on in my head, and it's like I just had a flashback. But like you said, we'll get to that. Yeah,
we'll get to the start of everything. But to come back to your question, I think collaborating with other creators is vital. It's very, very important. That's why advertisement uses like certain people to collaborate with, to obviously get more people on board. And yeah, the most important thing about social media is not really to be a cloud chaser. cloud chasing is not going to bring you anywhere.
Yes,
you need to have relevant people on your platforms that's going to engage with you, that's going to support you.
That actually brings value to what you are putting out there.
Yeah, so that's the key. So to everyone, if you can join other fellow creators, it doesn't really necessarily have to be in the direction where you are heading, but it needs to be relevant. It needs to be relevant to the people. The content you create must be organic and original to the people, because that's what you're doing it for. You're doing it for your audience, and in my case, the subscribers, and obviously on this platform as well. So yeah, guys, while we're at it, make sure you are subscribed to their channel. And I'm so used to saying this stuff.
It becomes second nature.
Yeah,
I'm
just
really
gonna say it the whole time. But collaborating is one of the key components of getting your channel out there, learning new things from people, like networking and stuff like that. Please, guys, do collaborate and share your passion with others. Don't really keep stuff for yourself. You're not going to make it on your own out there. It's a vast and it's a very, very difficult environment, platform. Social media is very difficult. You can get smothered out there. So make sure you collaborate. So I think it's a good initiative to collaborate, and
a saying or motto to some extent that I love by is to say, pass the ball, man. It's and it actually comes from a coach of mine from way back.
Bro, used to play rugby.
You know that?
I can see you on the wing.
Yes, sir. So it symbolized some kind of, he said it in some kind of way as, you can't win the game on your own, man. It's a team effort, so pass the ball, and I think that's what you're trying to share with the people who put out
definitely,
there.
Definitely.
Which I don't want us to get too ahead of ourselves now. We're already getting so deep into this conversation.
We didn't even start yet.
Let's begin at the beginning, my man. How did it start? Where did this passion come from? What sparked that creativity?
Yes. So I'm going to mention one thing now that I think not even my family knows. Not even my fiance knows, not even anyone knows.
Sure.
It all started in this building. So
where we are sitting
right now. And this is years ago. This is not 10 years ago, it's more than that.
Sure.
I was, I think, grade 8 or grade 7 even. My family bought a camera, and I used to come to this environment or this enclosed space where I used to say random stuff on camera and listen to my own voice and see how can I make vlogs, or how can I. And that time I didn't know I'm going to go into automotive or I'm going to even start a channel. But on that, you guys won't see it now, but on that counter, that's the spot where I used to put that camera, and I used to point the camera in my direction and just do random stuff. I used to sing and dance and stuff like that. That's where it all started. Yeah, it's crazy, bro. I never spoke about this ever in my life. I'm the only one that knows that I was here those years doing this random stuff, and now all of you guys know, and you know as well.
And but, I think at that age, you were a little bit insecure still about what you're doing,
bro. Right? I always thought my voice sounds weird.
Yeah, so which is exactly why I'm not gonna go out there and tell people I made a video today, because you don't know how people's gonna react to it.
No one saw the videos, bro. I used to delete it when I'm done here, and then I go back with the camera. Then I was still like 13 years old, but that's when the filming started. So
the love for the filming.
I loved filming at the time. That was nothing to do with cars. The car part though, my family was into cars. I know my grandfather used to have a red Nissan Bakkie, and he used to drop me at school every day. And for some days, when he leaves school, he does a burnout, and then everyone goes crazy, and the teachers is like, oh, what is going on with this man? But then I was like, nah, that was good.
Grandpa Van Diesel.
Yeah, that man started it all, and then my uncle started building some cars, and I used to come from school, and then they're busy with the cars, and then I would get into it, learn more about cars, and that's where the car part starts. So then I decided to maybe take both of those things, filming and cars, maybe do something. That was a few years ago, and then after school I went to Stellenbosch. I used to study there, and I used to stay there as well. And
Okay.
how this whole channel actually started was one night in Stellenbosch. I woke up one morning, that was 3 o'clock in the morning, and then something just said, open an Instagram related to cars. I don't know for what reason, but I opened this Royal Society, the name that you know now, and then I started posting cars. So I'll take pictures on people's profiles and I'll post it on my platform. I used to get a lot of trouble for that. People's like, hey, you moved my picture from your page. This is not, it's copyrighted. This is not yours, and blah blah blah.
Post,
yeah, and then that started about 9 years ago. 9 years ago, I opened that Instagram called the Royal Society.
Yeah.
And fast forward a few years after that, I decided that I want to do cinematic films of cars.
Okay,
I
so
didn't really want
not just the pictures. You wanted to get a bit deep into.
I want some rolling shots, and I have to send a shout out to my good friend Dewald Miller. He also believed in my idea at that time, and he also made me use his car to do some rolling shots. And that time I didn't know what I'm doing. I'm just like, bro, let your car stand there, let me see this angle and stuff like that. And and then one day I actually told my mom about the platform that I have. At that time, the Royal Society Facebook had 6,000 followers. And I'm like, I'm going to my mom, I'm like, yo, look here, I have 6,000 people on this platform.
An accomplishment.
And then she made a joke, she's like, are you gonna get paid for that? I'm like, bro.
That's always.
Then the reality hit me, like, I can actually turn this hobby into something that will actually make some bucks.
Yeah.
No, but at this point, still, it's only for the hobby. I'm doing this whole channel. It's a hobby. It's not a work. I would love to do it full time one day, obviously, but then I decided, let's open a YouTube channel. And the point was, or the purpose for the channel was just to do cinematics. And one day I'm like, let me say hi to the camera. And I'm like, I pointed the camera to me and I'm like, hello guys, welcome back. And then I see the camera again. I'm like, nah, people, maybe they like this way I talk, you know.
Exactly.
And that's where it all started. Got the name, got the
and it all just came together.
Yeah,
just
it all
like
just
that,
came
man.
together. I got the logo, DDSA logo, and then I started.
That's brilliant, man. That's brilliant. You just mentioned now about this camera that you set up here.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry for jumping back to this, eh? But before it slips my mind, just let me know, is there any possibility or any chance that somewhere, somehow, you have a clip of that anyway? Not that you have to show it to us.
No, bro.
I would just like to know if maybe you're laying it in bed late at night and still looking back at this clip, being nostalgic, you know?
Bro, yeah. I wish I had some footage of that. But unfortunately, I don't have. I'm sure if I had a chance to get it back,
sure,
that would be great.
Probably mean a lot, man.
It was years ago, and we still have the camera though. It's been a few years, bro. Still have the camera, but unfortunately the footage is gone.
Okay. What I also want to mention, you said now that obviously, and it makes sense that you want to do this full time one day. You want to make a living from it,
Yes.
And I don't know if you're comfortable sharing this with us, but currently, at the point and level that you are at, what can a person expect? What are you making, man? Are you able to, because just for other people that's in this business or want to go in this business, is it worth it? Can you make some money out of this? How does it work?
Okay, so unfortunately I can't disclose amounts that I make every month. There is channels that reviews how much South African YouTubers make every month and blah blah blah. It really depends from person to person. You know, if you have things like CPR or CPM, and that determines how much you get per 1,000 views. So you'll get more per 1,000 views than me, for instance. So that's something that.
So it differs.
It differs, yeah. And if you look at other countries, a country like Norway or Switzerland, they get paid like 4 or 5 times more than South Africans. So we are still struggling as South Africans to make a bit more money. So that's why sponsors and stuff is also important to have a sustainable business. But for now, I have one sponsor that continuously sponsor the channel, and for the past few, say 1 or 2 years, but that's not financially. They are promoting some of their stuff on my channel, and by that we're trying to do some marketing. But
who is the sponsor?
It's Super Factor. They are a
Super Factor. I've seen a couple of posts.
Yes, so they are a automotive. They make car products for cars, obviously, but it's more premium type of car product. So it's a bit more expensive than your normal products that you're gonna get at your shop, right?
Yes,
it's more for detailing purposes, not really for just washing, but for detailing purposes.
Yeah.
So
if you guys are wondering why his car's always so shiny, Super Factor might see.
So yeah, so shout out to Franco, the owner or CEO, and a co-founder of Super Factor. Very good friend of mine as well. We became friends along the journey, so that's great to have them on board as well.
Mr. DDSA, when I came into this room, the first thing that caught my eye was those certificates next to us over there. And I can only imagine how I would feel if I accomplished something like that. Yes. But you did it, man. You did it. You made other people realize that it's possible for them to reach that goals. Yeah. But out of all the milestones and accomplishments and goals that you have reached in this period of time, what would you say was the most mind-blowing to you?
Yeah, look.
Something that you saw and you were over the moon about.
Yes. So for YouTubers, obviously the first goal that you have in mind is reaching 1,000 subscribers and reaching 4,000 watch hours. And for that, obviously, to get monetized, to get paid by YouTube.
Yes, sir.
So that was one of the things that really. Sorry, I just have to put my phone aside. Someone is calling, but yeah, we can wait. We need to finish this. Something that really was one of my first goals. That was to reach 1,000 subscribers, and obviously to get those 4,000 watch hours. For those who doesn't know, the 4,000 watch hours is much more difficult to gain than the 1,000 subscribers. And
I think I'm gonna assume now, but subscribing is the easy part. People click and it's done. They subscribe.
Yes.
But there's so many videos, and I'm not referring to your videos, but random videos that I watch online. You start watching it, 30 seconds, you exit the video.
Yeah, you're out.
So is that the most important part?
Yes.
As to keeping them entertained, keeping them watching, is that the most?
Yes.
And that's what makes it so difficult. Right?
That's the thing. So that's why you need to always try to upskill yourself and try to stay ahead of your game to make sure that people aren't only watching, but they are stick to the videos. Because if you take a look at 4,000 watch hours, it means that people need to watch your videos for 240,000 minutes.
Damn.
Which is a long time. So
I've
reached 1,000 subscribers before I could even reach the 4,000 watch hours. Some people got 3,000 to 4,000 subscribers and they still don't have the 4,000.
That 4,000 watch hours.
So I've been in a position where I made it that time, and that was for me the big accomplishment. But the one thing that blew my mind was the fact that after 1,000 subscribers, how things progresses from there. I took 1 year to get from 0 to 1,000 subscribers. After that, after the 1,000 subscribers, I've been making subscribers like at this current moment, I'm making about 700 to 800 subscribers every month.
Sure, that's crazy.
That's for me a good figure to look at, obviously, but that's only for me to start. We want to triple and double that over the course of the next few years. God willing, obviously.
Yeah, and I'm really glad that you are still so passionate about it. Yeah. And I think these results keeps us going, man. You see?
Yes.
And it makes us more passionate, and it gives us more ideas, and it makes us more creative, right? Yes. And you've also mentioned a few other people that are interested in doing this, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sure you know of a lot of them that are interested.
Yeah, definitely.
So what would you say to those people, eh? Is there a secret to this? Is there something we don't know? Yeah. How, man?
Yes.
How, man?
Yeah, the biggest secret to being, I wouldn't call myself a YouTuber. I'm just a content creator, which obviously does it for fun. And yeah, I'm just putting my phone down. Someone is calling me, but I don't know who's that. But
the business call, man.
but yeah, the secret is hard work. To be honest with you, I've been to depths, and I also told you off camera that this is also a place where I came to cry.
Yes,
this is a place where I thought things are going to collapse. This is a place where I thought I don't want to do YouTube anymore. I want to quit the channel, and I cried, bro. I cried tears, and I sat there for hours and hours thinking, should I continue?
Exactly.
But the secret to YouTubing or anything that you want to achieve is hard work. So I remember that time. Obviously, I'm working a full-time job as well.
Yeah.
But you film after work, and then you start editing because the video needs to go out the next day or the next morning, because you're chasing the 4,000 watch hours. Remember, you're chasing that. You only have 365 days to do that. Otherwise, it will start from all over again.
Yeah.
So you need to push content on content every time. So the most difficult time, obviously for me, was sitting until 4 o'clock in the morning and then going to work 7 o'clock. So then you're sitting at work, people think you are, what is happening with this dude? His eyes are red, people think, are you drunk?
Or influence or something.
Stuff like that. So that was the most difficult part, when you're busy working and you hear the birds outside. Tomorrow or today you need to go work. That's the most difficult part. And obviously it's a lot of sacrifices that you have to make. Obviously I'm engaged now and you need to balance your life out. But that's the most important part. And this is also where your partner plays a very big role. She needs to understand where you're heading. She needs to understand that you are busy with some things, and she needs to basically understand your end goal that you're working towards. Otherwise, you're going to have some issues. So shout out to my fiance for always having my back on that.
Brilliant. And I always say, man, you need someone as passionate as you are.
Yes.
Because otherwise, it's going to be so easy to get discouraged, eh?
Definitely.
And I'm sure those times when you were shedding tears in this room, she was there to comfort you, man, to give you those words of wisdom that kept you going. So I think that is also very important, man, to have a support structure. Have people around you that's backing you, eh? And because without that, it's going to be so easy for things to just crumble down,
Yes, and before I forget, also my siblings, brother and sister, mom and dad, everyone that knows what I was going through at the time, they supported me. So much love for you guys, and thank you obviously for the love and support. And it really means a lot. So that's the thing that can make or break you. That's the things that can make or break you.
I completely agree with you, man. I completely agree. Eh? And your channel has really reached heights, man. And I think I spoke to you earlier about how long ago did you start the channel? It's been how many years now?
I've been doing it full time, also not full time obviously, but I've been focusing on the channel for about 2.5 years to 3 years now, trying to upload constant content.
Yeah, and I remember earlier I still mentioned to you that when or just before you started the channel, I remember we had a conversation.
Yeah.
And you literally told me, Champ, I'm gonna start the shit now. I'm tired of waiting, I'm tired of procrastinating, I'm gonna do it.
That's correct, bro.
And I was watching this whole journey, man, and I was so excited and so happy to see you prosper in that way, man. And I really just wanna put that down there for you.
I even remember I was busy shooting your music video at that time.
Yeah, exactly.
Segment of your music video, yes, and then we had the chats. It feels like yesterday, bro.
Yeah, man. So we've had a couple of collaborations, and that also just shows you guys what he mentioned earlier. You need to share these things, eh? And there's been so many times when I was struggling with something, or didn't know how to do something, and this guy just pulls up and tells me, hey, this is what you need to do, that's how it's done, this is that. And I think that's the primary goal or rule to some extent that we need to live by when it comes to this kind of industry, man.
Exactly.
So yeah, it's tough out there. to say the least, eh?
Very, bro.
To say
very tough. Very tough.
Just tell me, man, what's the plans from here on going forward?
For me, I've had this approach where I always tell myself that build the foundation as strong as possible before you start building on the tall structure that we all want to be up there. They always say it's lonely at the top and blah blah blah. We all want to be up there, but if you build a building, you can build a Burj Khalifa. It's a very tall building, but if the foundation is weak, it's gonna collapse.
It's gonna crumble.
So a lot of people want to be up there too fast, and then you collapse. So for me, I'm still building the foundation, and I'm still trying to inspire and be inspired by others. So the one thing that I forgot to mention, the one thing that really gets me going is whenever I do filming. Obviously, we do some car content and it's loud cars and stuff. We always have some kids coming there.
Yeah.
And to see the faces that the kids have once we're doing the burnouts, or obviously in a controlled, safe environment, the smiles on their faces. That's what's keeping me going, because I was once that boy cheering some dude doing a burnout. So I'm doing it mostly for the youth, to be honest with you. The goal is to have the youth from the streets in the house watching Daily Driven SA. So that's for me one of the goals, and to obviously go to places where kids tell their parents, "Mommy, here's the guy from Daily Driven SA." Even adults saying,
Have you had an encounter like that?
Many, bro. Every time.
No.
Cape Town, Paul, Ceres, wherever I go, it's people.
Daily Driven over there.
Yeah, you that guy. So yeah, I've had a few of that, and shout out to everyone that came to me, took some pictures with me. That's stuff that's motivating me along the journey. Sometimes I have to say, sometimes those interactions can give you, groot kop, like we call it. But that's what you need to be careful for. Everyone wants to be noticed and stuff, but when people notice you, you want to get to a level where people don't start to like you. So you need to be careful.
You start becoming cocky, inconsiderate. So it's all about protecting or staying that person that you were when you first started.
And it's super difficult. I always told myself, what is this people getting cocky and stuff like that. But when people start noticing you in shops or in places,
you do feel some type of way.
Some type of way. And even the last time we were at the rugby match with the URC final, some subscriber got me in the waterfront. Like, yes, Mr. DDSA, how are you today? I couldn't stop smiling, because it's good to see people noticing you. And then my fiance joked at me, like, "You famous now?" Stuff like that. But that's not some things I want to hear. That's not of my interest, to be honest. I just want to be a good creator, bringing good content to my subscribers, because. And before I forget this, if there's some of my subscribers watching this video right now, you have to subscribe to the channel. The reason for that is, not only is he a very cool guy, but Duidelik actually sponsored DDSA a while ago. We did a video where we had their merch on. He gave that to me for free, and I cherish that moment forever, because locals helping locals. So support them by subscribing to the channel. Give them a like on this video. Comment something down below. Just comment, "Hey, we here from DDSA," so that they know you guys are in the building. And I know the DDSA army, when they flood you, bro.
They flood you, man.
So hopefully you guys can pull through and make magic on this channel. And they're gonna bring some epic content to you guys. Not only automotive, but they are going to go into music industry, sport industry. And I saw you guys got a rugby star.
Yes, sir.
You guys got
What's
him
the deal, well, man?
So
you saw that one as well.
Super excited to see that. And guys, make sure you are subscribed. And shots to you guys. You're doing awesome work.
Man, I appreciate
it. And what's the time now? It's past 11 at night.
We out here
making magic. And like I told this man, I'm a night owl. I operate in these hours.
That's when you make the money, my G. There we go.
Definitely, man.
One more question. I know. And I think all car enthusiasts can agree with this one. I think all of us have that one special, unique car that you always just had a thing for.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that your goal is to one day do a review on that car. Eh?
Yes.
But share it with us, man. What is
Okay,
that
so
car for you?
yeah, so obviously it started small. My dream car is my how can I call it now? It's a dream car, but I think it's very achievable. It's not something like a Bugatti or a Ferrari. It's something that I can hopefully afford in the future. My dream car, RS3, Audi RS3, and that's one of the cars that gets me going. I was fortunate enough to not only drive one, but to launch the hell of that car.
Sure,
And it was really an honor. And then a few months ago, I fell in love with the Audi R8, and I really loved the car. And then 2 months ago, I got the opportunity to drive one. So I've driven the RS3, I've driven the Audi R8. So the next car that I would love to drive is obviously a Lamborghini, a Aventador, and I'm sure in the next year I'm gonna drive that one.
I wanted to ask you, like, because when you're speaking about Lamborghinis, Ferraris, Bugattis, and things, those are supercars, right?
Yeah.
And I don't think, have you done a review on a supercar yet?
Look, to be honest with you, the supercars isn't really the things that attracts the people. My subscribers like build up cars. They like cars that's built up, backyard builds. They like cars that's stuff like Nissans, Hondas, Toyotas. So I'm giving the people what they want. Exactly. For me to arrange to do a Ferrari or Lambo, I can do that, but I know that's not what the people want.
Yeah.
So for me, when I do maybe in the future review stuff like that, that's going to be mostly for my own pleasure, to have a feel and then document the fact that I'm driving my dream car. But that's not really what my viewers want. I know you want stacks, you want VVLs, I know you want RSIs, and you want all of those. So I'm giving it to you guys. You got to give your people what they want, because that's the people that's
what it's about, man. That's what it's about.
But
they are the people that keep us going. So we need to supply the demand.
You need to supply. You need to give them the good stuff, bro.
Exactly.
You need to give them the good stuff. But the supercars, you can film supercars, but that's not really what the people want.
Okay. Yeah. Mr. DDSA, just one more thing from my side.
No way,
Firstly, I want to say thank you once again for joining me on this show, man. It really means a lot to me.
You're welcome.
And do you have any message that you want to put out there for anyone else that is also on their way, on the come up?
Yes. Look, first of all, I just want to thank you guys for the opportunity to be on episode 2. I know episode 1 was Lamar, also a good friend of mine. Shout out to you, Lamar.
Yes, sir.
So yes, it's an honor being on the channel, and it's in my hometown. It's at my house. He's from Sirius. He's stayed for all these years behind my aunt. We've been knowing each other for quite a while, and it's good to be on the platform. And I hope to inspire some people starting channels.
Definitely. And, I think you've inspired many people already, man.
Yes, and to all my subscribers that came to watch this video, I love you guys. Thank you for the love and support always, and you guys always have my back. I'm sure you guys are going to join their channel as well.
Yes,
and show them some love in the comments, guys. Show them some love. If you guys are interested in following my journey, we are Daily Driven SA on YouTube, and we also have a TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook account. So make sure you guys head over there. I'm sure we can put those links in the description down below, so that you guys can visit those platforms. So like I said, it's only the start. My goal for now is 100,000 subscribers, and hopefully in the next 2 or 3 years we can achieve that. And we'll be back on the channel. Trust me, we're gonna be back on Duidelik SA. Yes. And thank you once again for the awesome opportunity that you guys are presenting me with. It's really an honor being on here. And shouts to you guys for the channel.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, man.
To infinity and beyond. And like my good friend Henry always says, make the circle bigger.
Yes,
you know the song, make the circle bigger. That's what we want to do on the platform. So once again, thank you so much for watching the podcast or episode 2
show, podcast, whatever you want to call it.
You guys are doing magic, bro. You're making moves, and this is only the start. Big things ahead.
Definitely.
Keep your feet on the ground and eyes locked on the fucking prize, bro.
Yes, sir. I just want to also tell you guys that you can definitely expect more collaborations in the future. This is a good friend of mine, and we will link up many times, several times again. And once again, just thank you for joining us, man. I think we've reached the end of the show now.
Unfortunately, bro.
Unfortunately,
because
man,
I'll sit here all night until the morning. I can sit
here all night and just chat and just chat.
But I'm sure off camera we will still have a show.
Most definitely. That's it for today, guys. Thank you for joining us.
Short, guys.
Peace out.